What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Dad Simply Cooking. And today we're making two jumbo style bakery muffins. First up, we have the classic chocolate chip. Big top, soft center, chocolate everywhere. Can't beat it. Then we're leveling it off with a delicious lemon blueberry crumble muffin. My inspiration behind this is you go to the bakery, you see the muffins, you want the muffins, you spend $4 to $5 on those jumbo muffins. We can make it for cheaper at the house. Let me show you how to do it. So let's break down our ingredients. We have a cup and a half of self-rising flour, plain and simple. A cup and a half of chocolate chips, but we're not going to use them all to start with. A half a cup of sugar, a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of baking soda, a whole tablespoon of baking powder, 2 eggs, a tablespoon of vanilla, and a cup of buttermilk. Plain and simple. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to combine my salt, baking powder, and baking soda all together. And we're going to preheat our oven to 425 degrees to start with. We're just going to whisk that in. Oh yeah, and we have 1 stick of butter. Let me get my 2 eggs. I'm going to crack them. And break them apart. Start breaking them on down. I'm going to add my sugar. And my buttermilk. And then my vanilla. And I've melted a stick of butter. It's currently in my microwave. And I melted it down. And then I've let it cool. Because you don't want it to cook your eggs. I'm just going to get my paddle. Because we don't want to over whisk this dough. And then sprinkle some chocolate chips, saving about a half a cup. That's perfect right there. Muffin pan. My pan down, but what I'm also going to do is butter it up. Butter. I got 1/3 cup scoop here. And scoop and dump. I want my measurements to be about the same. Scoop and dump. We're just going to sprinkle them right on top. Because we want our muffin lids, or tops, or muffin, whatever you call them, to be covered in chocolate. You silly goose. Look at these. They're going to be fantastic. They're going to be, I'm excited. I hope you're excited. Let's throw these in the oven. My oven just preheated at 425. We're going to let them set at 425 for 5 minutes. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 minutes. And then we're going to drop that temp down in the oven to 375. Look at those. So I pulled out the chocolate chip muffins. You're going to make this recipe after you see these. Yeah, Dad made these. Okay? Dad made those. Next up, we're going to go ahead and jump into our blueberry lemon strudel muffin, I think it's called. We have 2.5 cups of flour, a cup of sugar, a cup and a half of blueberries sprinkled in flour. We have a cup of buttermilk. I have 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, a half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then 3 tablespoons or teaspoons of baking powder. I'll have all this linked below in case I messed up on something. If I did, it will be here. So I'm just going to add my flour in with the baking soda, cornstarch, and baking powder. And then all we're going to simply do is just whisk all those ingredients in. We want to make sure they're well combined. We're going to need 1 egg and then 1 yolk. The bowl here, 1 egg, and then 1 egg yolk. Mix my sugar on in with my eggs, my lemon juice, and my vanilla. My buttermilk. Heat that oven back to 425. My oil. I melted a stick of butter, and it's now room temperature. Pour that on in. I have a lemon. I got my zester, and we need a lemon zest. Mix that lemon zest on in there. And that's simple. We're just gonna add our wet ingredients to our dry ingredients. Pour it on in. You wanna pour our blueberries in? Yeah. Blueberries on in, just like that. And then we're just going to start whisking this on in. We don't want to over whisk our batter. Yeah. Does it taste good?
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
So I got my third.
Hey, it tastes like pasta.
Tastes like pasta. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to scoop our third, 1/3 cup in there.
It tastes like Play-Doh.
Over here, I have 5 tablespoons of butter, 1/3 cup of sugar, and
milk.
And some flour. We're going to make streusel to go on top. Okay?
I want to do this one first.
So we're going to do the butter.
Yummy.
Yep, the flour.
And I'm going to do this one too.
And then the sugar.
I'm going to do it salty around.
Oh, there we go. Hi guys. Look, we made muffins. We got the blueberry lemon zest with the crumble on top. I'm not sure how to do crumbles. First time I ever tried it. So probably could have done something a little bit better, you know. Leave below like you always do. Let me know how to improve that. But my gosh. And y'all, I'm just gonna be honest. If I walked into a bakery or a coffee shop and I seen this staring at me, it's gonna be in my belly. Fresh and hot. Oh. Y'all, that's it. Plain simple. Set your ingredients out beforehand. Make it easier to guide. And y'all, these are 10 out of 10. Try them. Let me know what you think. The lemon blueberry is definitely a winner. I love anything with lemon and blueberry. Other than that, peace.